What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Straight from Above podcast, the podcast where we talk about life. Life can be frustrating, life can be painful, life can be hard, but life is possible if we walk with Jesus. Isn't that right, guys? They laughing again. We're going to get it together. One day we will get it together. I know that much. But look, one thing I didn't introduce you guys last time.
No, you didn't.
I didn't introduce you guys last time. So I'm going to introduce you today. So my wonderful team, which I'm very grateful for, is I'll start with Michi. All right. All of them are my students. All of them are my ex-students. You know, they old now. So there's Michi. Say hi, Michi.
Hello.
Can you not smack my mic?
Yeah, you're right.
What do you
What do you want to say?
Introduce yourself.
Just say hi.
Hi.
And then it's Elijah.
What's up?
And then it's Johnny.
What's up?
These are this is the new SFA crew, guys. We still have some more. Angel's behind the scenes. Angel's in the camera. You know, he's the one that's making me look good right now. Everybody say that I look good.
Try harder.
Dang.
Oh.
So listen, guys. How are you guys feeling about last episode? Last episode we discussed a couple things. We discussed about honoring parents. All right. We discussed what else we talked about? Y'all remember? Church, the system. You know, we talked. Yeah, we talked. Wait, what?
The event.
The event. There we go. The event. Michi wasn't here for last episode, but she'll catch it, and you know, whatever. We ain't got time to catch up right now with Michi.
Did you? You just...
No, I haven't even posted. I didn't see the final cut yet.
No, you don't need to see that. Anyway.
If you guys haven't picked up, these are siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Elijah and Michi are siblings. So if they go into like a little argument, that's that's why. That's why. Michi, you're the oldest.
2 years older.
2 years. Okay, you got to put anything. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people say we look like twins. That's
Yeah,
what we get the most.
I can see it.
Really?
Yeah, like are you guys twins?
Actually, I could
I mean, she looks older.
kind of see that now.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't look older.
No. I feel like you think she looks older because you
You
know.
know that I'm older.
Because people in the street, they always think I'm older because I'm taller.
Either older or
But
the
you're a guy.
twins. But like
Exactly.
me being older, that's like the last thing people say.
Yeah. It's like you're older.
Yeah, that has to be like you look like 12.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And
You
she's
don't look
more
old
second.
at all. What do you think, Angel?
Sure. If you didn't know us.
If you didn't, never seen.
I mean, I always thought she was younger than what she really is.
Yeah, she's 20 by the way.
But I always knew that she was older than him, especially after I found out that they were related.
Yeah, I gotta act like an idiot. That's alright.
All right, so let's move off with this episode. How's life? Look, I'm very grateful with life right now. I think it hasn't. I think it's been a long time that I could actually say that. I'm very grateful with life right now. I'm very grateful where God's taken me. I'm very grateful how I am doing physically. Lost a lot of weight, so I've gotten fitter. Can I say that, or is that wrong?
No.
More fit.
I've gotten more fit. Why does that sound wrong?
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
No, that's the fitter. I don't think. It's
No, fitter's not a word.
More fit. I've gotten more fit,
More into shape.
more into shape,
Healthier.
healthier. There we go. I've gotten healthier. I'm not too fond on how I shaved my beard though. I don't know why I do that. Every year I'm like I'm going to regret this, and I do it anyways. But I'm very happy with life. I'm very happy with you guys.
How's your head?
I'm very happy with you guys. Angel's telling me to look at the camera, so I gotta look at y'all. You know, I got like different cameras out here, but I'm very happy with you guys. I'm very happy that you guys are still a part of my life, even though I'm not your pastor and I'm not your teacher anymore. I'm happy that you guys are here and we can move on in life with this. So I just want you guys to know that I'm very grateful for you. All right.
Well, I'm grateful for you too.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm no longer grateful for you.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm very grateful where I am, physically, spiritually, and mentally, and financially. Financially, I'm very happy where I'm at in all those areas. God has been moving. Let me tell you guys something that happened. Y'all know me with my stories. Something that happened to me. What? That's messed up. Nah. Yeah. Look, this is a good one though. It's a good one though. Look, check this out. So yesterday I woke up, right? My normal time, 3 a.m. Right? There's but there's listen. There's reasons though.
No, yeah.
Listen, there's reasons why I wake up at 3 a.m, and I'm going to explain it now, okay? I'm going to explain that now before I get to my story. So the reason why I wake up at 3 a.m. is because I know for a fact. I don't know how you guys are with this, right? But when I read the Bible, I can't do it at night. I will fall asleep.
Oh, God.
Right? Sorry, that's me.
No, yeah.
Right? And I can't read it when I come back from work. I can't read it during the day because I have to read it when there's like no noise going around. Like absolutely no distractions. And 3 a.m, nobody is crazy enough to wake up at 3 a.m. like I am, so I'm alone. And that's my alone time with God. That is why I like developed this discipline to wake up at 3 a.m. every day. And today, my little girl proved me that I could not sleep in. I tried to sleep in today. Today's Saturday. I tried to sleep in today, wake up at 8. Nah, bro. My little girl did not. Mia, Jellybean did not let me read the Bible at all. I had to like send her to a different room. So that's why I wake up so early. But so yesterday I wake up, right? The Holy Spirit tells me, I want you to go and take $60 out of your bank account every time you get paid. I'm like, I already do, the tithe thing and offering and all that stuff. But what's up? Like, what's this for? He's like, this is going to be money for tipping. I'm like, bro, $60 is a lot, son. All right.
I thought he was gonna say, this is once you get to 200, make sure you give it to Michi.
I thought so too.
Michi thought, oh, you would think that.
No, I thought the same thing.
Nah, but listen though, so I was like, $60 is a lot, bro. I was like, but all right. So I tried to be slick with it, right? On my way back from work, I went to go get my daughter. I was coming home. I didn't stop by the bank, so I didn't take it out. Right now, I don't need to tell y'all that when you don't listen to the Holy Spirit's directions, there are consequences. Mm-hmm. Right? So we go out and we get tacos. Right? I went with my brother, and he invited us. So he paid for the tacos, right? And in this restaurant, I've never been in a restaurant like that before where you don't have the tipping option for when you pay with a card. He paid with a card, and he told me, he was like, don't worry, man, I got it. Just give the tip. I'm like, sure, let me just get something with the card. Man, I'll give her tip, right? She was like, yeah, no, we don't take it. We don't take tips through the card. It has to be cash. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and the Holy Spirit said, what'd I tell you?
You're so smart.
and you know what? Every time I'm like, I disobey because it happens, right? It happens. I'm not perfect. I've explained that many times. I am not perfect. And when I disobey, the Holy Spirit lets me know that I'm disobeying, right? And then when I said, I was like, $60, I was like, that's for tip? You know what he said to me? What you gonna do when I ask you to do 100? Because it's gonna get to that point. Mm-hmm. And that's, I don't know about you guys, but to me that was deep. That was deep. I was like, yo, God, you gonna bless your boy like that it's gonna be 100? And then I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I would love for that to happen. I would love for everywhere to meet that I go eat, I'm able to tip the server 100. And I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
Mr. B.
Well, one of us here is actually a server, so. And I've been a server before, and I've never gotten a tip like that.
I mean, I've gotten. I mean, I just started.
I was just saying, like, didn't you just
But
start?
I have gotten tips that are, a little bit more than, a lot more than the 20%. I've gotten a 50% tip recently, and it's just like.
Wow.
And
How big was that bill?
And it comes, it wasn't that big. But I'm saying, like, the 50% is still 50%. Like, it's not common, whatever. It feels good. But,
I got to $20 today.
Just saying.
and, I mean, I've gotten tips, like, in retail, we're not supposed to accept tips, but I've gotten tips at retail, like, helping out people, and that's, like, an amazing thing. I personally, like, and actually it's a conversation that happens in the house a lot when we're saying, like,
Yeah.
when we go out to eat, when we say it's like, we want to do one time and be like, pretend like we're dining and dashing kind of thing, and
pay for like,
and pay and then pay like
not
like
double, but
but like so much more than like what we were supposed to pay for, and leave it there and like be able to see the people.
That's awesome.
like
See
pull a Mr. Beast
Yeah.
challenge.
And like
Type
literally just see like how like their reaction would be like to do that, and we talk about it all, like,
Yeah, a lot.
a lot.
That's awesome. I say we do that one time. Maybe that's why the Holy Spirit told me to do it every paycheck. Maybe I'm supposed to just rack up until we just go
drop
do it
10K
one
on
time.
the tip.
Okay.
Well,
My
How long am I
restaurant-
supposed to be racking up for, bro?
You literally you haven't visited my restaurant yet. I'm just saying.
You. First of all, let me tell y'all something.
Shameless plug.
First of all, today I got the okay to go to her restaurant. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there now.
I just started. Like,
I'm gonna throw that out there. It was today that you said I was allowed to go.
You have to tip. Like, come to the restaurant.
Oh, now that you know how much I will be tipping.
Hour comes in, I got this.
Literally, my section is like. Oh God.
So what do you guys think about that? This just popped into my head. But what do you guys think about that? What's it called when you're like at the drive-through
Oh,
and
pay
you
for the person
pay for the
behind
person behind you?
you. Paying forward.
Paying it forward, yeah. So has that ever has I didn't hear you. So
She gave me the stankiest face. When I said,
Wow.
like, yeah. She's
I
like,
didn't hear you. So what
the fattest side eye.
has that ever happened to you? Like
nah.
it's happened to me.
Because you live in Montgomery County, everybody says what?
Everybody's selfish in this county.
What?
Everybody
I would
watching out
never
for
do that one
themselves.
day, bro. I would never do that for bro.
You never.
You never pay for it?
That's crazy.
Like behind.
That's crazy.
It's never happened to me, but I've done it at least 20 times,
I think Johnny's just cheap.
especially in DC.
No, literally.
Nah,
No, like,
bro.
and that's another thing. The people who are generous are the people who. No, the more generous you are, the more you're gonna receive.
Yeah.
I
And it's
completely
proven-
agree with that.
And it's proven over. The more stingy you are, the less you're gonna get.
I completely agree with that, and I got Bible to prove it. Hold on.
And that's why we have gotten it, paying it forward to happen to us and like. but yeah.
Look.
In your face call.
Look, I got Bible. This one's just for you, Johnny, since you want to be. Nah, I'm kidding. But look, I got Bible to prove it. Look, it says, "Don't store up." This is Matthew 6. It says, "Don't store up treasures here on earth, where they can be eaten by moths and get rusty, and where thieves break in and steal." By the way, I never like reading out loud, so don't come for me. Store your treasures in heaven, where they will never come moth eaten or rusty, and where they will be safe from thieves. Wherever your treasure is, there is your heart and thoughts. That is where your hearts and thoughts will also be. So, Mr. Johnny. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna go on you, man. But sometimes, look, like I'm speaking this for me, because when they tell me to tip $60, then let's say I get a cup of coffee, right? That's an expensive cup of coffee. But like, yeah, like imagine, man, like
How do you feel when you do that? Like after
no,
it's
no.
gone.
So that's
like, that's the thing, because like when you have it, it's different.
that's where I'm good. That's where I'm getting at, girl.
Sorry.
You getting excited there? That cup of coffee I gave you earlier.
No, I love. You don't understand. Like I tip all the time. I tip everywhere I go.
So when you go to the Starbucks and you order something and they turn that little iPad around, bro, you got
You tip on
you got
that?
messed up, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
It costs you nothing to turn an iPad
You know what
around,
though?
bro.
You know what though?
The same thing at restaurants. It do not.
No, you know what?
It's not harder to carry a $30 meal than a $5 meal, bro. It's not harder to do that.
You know what gets me all the time? When they like do that and then they turn the iPad and then they turn around to like give you like confidence. I'm like, I'm pressing no, bro.
No,
I don't even need to turn around.
Okay, I don't do. I'm not saying I do it every single time. Like sometimes I can't.
Put the mic on me, G. I don't even.
I can't sometimes I can't do it or whatever. Like they're and sometimes they don't do anything and I understand that. But at the same time, it's like if I were the person behind the counter, would I want to receive that?
This is so crazy that we're talking about this, because I literally did a poll on my IG about that, because I rolled up to I think it was Five Guys, right? And they don't even tell you about it. They just said, "Can you look on the screen, please?" And they just walk away, right? Because I think they themselves are like, yeah, bro, I can't believe I'm about to ask this person for something.
I know somebody who works in the headquarters.
You,
and I used to work in Five Guys too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Five Guys, but Five Guys is pricey, bro. Let's get that out of the way. Five Guys,
So expensive.
But like when they gave me that, I was like, do I really need? I tipped, okay, I gave in, but then I put that poll on my IG. I was like, do you guys tip when that employee just flips the iPad around? Because sometimes I feel like it's not necessary. But then again, just like Michi was saying, how do you feel when you do that? You know what? This girl, because I literally went out to the bank and I drove back to the restaurant, and I tipped her. She was just like, "What are you doing here?" And I was just like, "Look, this is for your service. Thank you. You know, God bless you. This is for you, you know." And when she saw the amount, she was just like, "Oh my God," that made me feel.
Exactly.
I was just like, "Oh, okay. So this is why you're making me do it. It's not the fact that I'm losing. You're always going to provide. You're always going to bless my family. You've done it. You've proven it, guys. If you understood where I came from, all right, to be in the position that I'm at now, like I used to, guys, before I had this place. And by the way, for the listeners and the ones that are watching, welcome to my home. It's like you guys are literally, I've literally opened the doors to my home. All right. So if you want to talk about being transparent and vulnerable and just being me, this is me. But before I got here, we went from 3 basements. We were living from basement to basement. We took a huge step back when it came to like finances. You guys know what happened to my daughter. My daughter was born as a preemie. That hit us hard. The pandemic hit us hard. All of us got COVID. We lost 5 family members in 2020. I went back to work in construction as a laborer. I started from the very bottom, and now I'm running projects. Like I'm on track with my career. I'm in places where people said that I would never be at, and nobody could have done that if it wasn't for God. There were so many times where I lost faith, where I had doubt. There were so many times where I was angry at God. There were so many times where God kept smacking me in the head and telling me, "Look, I'm gonna provide. You just got to keep going. You don't know where I'm taking you." and I feel like we spoke a little bit about stepping into the like the what was it, the stepping into a place of not understanding what's happening, right? And I did not understand why we were going through so much. Like, I was talking about it with my wife yesterday. I was just like, you know what? This makes me feel bad that I didn't listen to the Holy Spirit, because who knows what this girl is going through? Who knows why God chose me, out of all people, to bless this girl? I don't know why. I don't know what she's going through. She knows, and God knows. You know, so it made me like I teared up a little bit last night, man. Because I'm just like, man, I don't know what this girl's going through. I don't know why I needed to bless her, but next time I'm just going to say, okay, fine. You know, whoever it may be, I'm going to bless him. You know, I'm going to bless him because God knows what he's doing. Because God has given me he's gotten me to a place where I'm able to do that. That's funny.
No.
So I don't. Why are you laughing? Oh, because of the camera?
No, it's because Angel just like snapped his neck. What? He was cracking his neck and just.
Mr.
Sorry.
Mr. Bruce Lee over there.
Sorry.
But way to go to ruin the deep moment,
Sorry,
dude.
That's on me. That's on me.
But yeah, like, you know, he's given me the opportunity to be able to do that, and like, you know, I've never thought I was ever going to be able to bless somebody like that, but God uses you in a way that, you know, and when my wife is here, the next episode is going to be with my wife. Next episode, Glenda's going to come in here, and we're going to talk about, because we're going to be celebrating 10 years of marriage. All right? We're going to talk about the struggle, financially, emotionally, mentally, that it took to get to 10 years. All right? Because a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing now when it comes to like people your age dating, I just don't want to work anymore. I don't want to work at it anymore.
If it's not like a smooth road, they just.
And that's the thing, though. It's never gonna be a smooth road.
Exactly.
You're literally meeting the person that has nothing. A lot of us want to meet people that relate to us,
Yeah.
but you're literally meeting you're literally meeting somebody that you do not relate with.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get involved with somebody that you relate with, how that's not gonna work. You guys, you're not meeting you. You're meeting the exact opposite of you.
Mm.
So, but I'm not even going to get into dating right now. I'm not even going to get into dating. That's going to be a podcast. That's going to be a podcast with Glenda. But today, today we have a topic though. We just kind of went off. We just kind of started with something else, but that's all right. But we have a topic though, and the topic. You know, the topic is friendships.
Oh, all right.
Friendships. All right. So listen. What do you think a friend is? I'll start with you, Elijah.
Oh. He already opened his mouth. He was like,
Go ahead.
I didn't say that.
"No, you got it.
No.
All you."
What do you think? Just give me an example of what you think a friend is. Ride or die, you know. Y'all seen that podcast where he's like, if I jump, my man gonna jump with me. If I get shot, my man gonna get shot with me. I ain't getting shot for nobody, bro. What do you think a friend is, man?
Take a bullet? No. Yeah, for not.
Yeah.
For sure not. What I think
He
a friend
not.
is,
Alright, we don't talk
Okay.
about. No, because when I said that, I wasn't thinking right, but y'all made me think right. All right. We don't talk about that. We had this discussion maybe
We
like
had it, a week
earlier
ago.
this week, right? No,
Or
Sunday.
This week, yeah.
We had this
Oh, yeah.
discussion before.
Of what? Friendships?
About like, what was it?
It was the topic was like which is stronger, like bro code or
Girl
girl
code.
code.
bro code.
And he
Bro
said,
code.
no, Elijah and I
See?
quote said that he,
Okay, Johnny. So
That
what do
he
you think
would
now?
take a bullet.
What is
That he would take a bullet for his friends.
No, I said yeah. I said I was gonna take
Or
a bullet
his
for
brother.
that.
It depends who it is
for his
though.
brother,
That's what
like with his, like you know, like
Because
bro
I only
code.
the only like because in my defense, bro code is like consists of a small group. Like you have bro code, but then you got like
Anyway.
you know
Anyway.
you know what I mean?
He said he
I know
would,
what you
now
mean.
he said he's not.
No, because they made me think. You're like, would you really take a bullet?
No, he wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
I know
wouldn't.
what you mean, and I'll give you a great example later on. But I want to hear from Johnny.
Yeah.
What
You-
I offended?
Yeah,
Somebody you can rely on.
somebody you can rely on. Okay,
Yeah.
now you give me one.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't- Okay, because the thing is, just basic rent. Right? Or just basic
Yeah,
rent?
bro. I don't
Alright,
need a
common
long.
interests. I don't know, cause like, alright, you know, I'm not gonna go
Interest?
there.
I don't need a long
Common
thing.
interest, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, you can make friends out of anything. Just have a common interest.
I think rely on is good. Someone who you can.
Someone who you could rely on and trust. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I was like. Okay, what do you mean by
Okay.
What else?
rent?
Yeah, somebody you could rely on and trust. Somebody that you could how about call at any time?
I
That's
think
not-
it depends on
I'm
the friend.
sleeping, bro.
Kind of
Huh?
rely on.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that falls under reliability,
Oh, that kind. Yeah, it does. It does. Loyalty.
Yeah.
trust.
That's a
Yeah.
big thing.
Loyalty. Transparent.
Companionship.
I think a friend should be able to be transparent
I
with
feel
you.
like a friend should be able to be transparent, but at the same time, it's not common anymore.
Well, not even that. I feel like you also as a.
But I'm
friend-
not saying. I'm not asking you what's
No, I know,
common
I know,
though.
I know.
No, but
Like-
I also
Yeah,
feel
you're
like
right.
yeah, sure.
I feel like a
You
friend
should
should
be
be transparent with you.
transparent.
Should,
But
but it's
also-
not. It's
No, I feel like as a friend, depending on the level of transparency that somebody's giving you, you should respect it in a way.
Give me an example.
Okay,
I'm not understanding that. Give me an example.
okay, you and me are friends, right?
Who?
You and me.
Okay.
All right, it's an example because we're not friends.
we're not.
That's a good with the 200.
Not telling to. I'll get that 200. Let's see what you say.
Anyway, come to my restaurant. Okay, so you and me are friends, right?
Sure.
Let's say we've been friends for years,
Okay.
right? We
What you have?
tell each other. I'm saying like we tell each other everything that happens in our lives, and we've like talked about stuff that happened in our past. You know how friends become friends, right? There's something in your life. Let's say, what's the way that the people that you grew up with. Let's say, right? Like from like before we met, because we only been friends for a couple years, right? But we're so close. The friends you grew up with are not in your life anymore. You were like let's say quote unquote like a different person
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mhm.
You don't like to talk about it. I know about it, but you don't like to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't know the details
Mhm.
of how you were. Let's say.
Right. So if I don't like to talk about it, I feel like that would be under the category. I feel like that would be me not being vulnerable enough.
Yeah,
To
but I
talk
also
about
feel
it.
like for friendship too, there needs to be
Vulnerability,
Vulnerability.
respect.
respect enough
Yes.
for you not to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. So let me say something, right? When it comes to you three, right? I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? But like I don't think that we ever entered a level of friendship because of who I was to you guys. I was your pastor. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really
You are-
think.
I feel like
Well, you skip my class all the time,
Yes,
so
I'm saying.
you
I
don't
was
count.
too old.
You weren't. I became youth pastor when you were still in high school, right? You keep saying you were too old. You were too busy serving.
Yeah, you're right.
She's only a year older than me.
Yeah,
We're talking about some too old.
oh yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You guys were in my class way more than Michi was.
I was busy.
You were in a ministry.
I was busy.
I was
Michi's
waiting.
been serving since she was
You're
like
not leading a ministry. Don't even.
11.
I was.
No, you weren't.
But anyways,
I-
back to what I was saying though. So I don't think we never really entered a level of friendship, with all due respect, right?
No.
You know, you guys know I love you guys, but I don't think we ever enter a level of friendship because of who I was, because of my title, right? So.
I agree.
So yeah, so I don't think we were ever like very like I was transparent when I would like speak, and I was vulnerable when I would speak, because I'm just that type of guy. I don't like to hide myself. You know, this is who I am, guys. Like I'm broken, just like you guys. You know, and I think that's why I did. To me, you know, others will say different, but I feel like I did a very good job as a youth pastor. Wow, Michi.
You weren't even there.
You weren't even. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why am I taking you so serious?
Hey, you can't get offended by
Yeah,
the
like-
person there.
Yeah. Like, why am I even worrying about what Michi thinks? It's like,
No, I wasn't there.
In this case,
I
your
get it.
opinions are irrelevant.
but Michi, you gotta admit the times that you would sneak in my class and take pictures, you used to call me and tell me that.
Sometimes I did, and
Wait, you're good or not good?
what?
Youth pastor?
No, what?
You saying calling him a good or not good youth pastor?
No, I'm saying like sometimes I would go when I have to go take pictures. You know, I'm not just taking pictures. I listen.
She would take pictures and then she would stay for like a little bit, and then she would call me.
I thought you were saying like she called you being like, yo,
You suck.
Yeah.
Nah,
Or, like,
nah. She used to call me and she used to be like, "Yo, I don't know how you always do it, but every
You
time I walk
know.
up in there, you know what I'm going through." You know, but you know how many people have told me that? I'm like, bro, I promise you. Yeah, but listen, guys, I promise it. I don't know how many of the listeners are gonna be like, bro, are you spying on me or something? I've had people on IG tell me that. The little messages that I give on IG, they're just like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop. And I'm just like, bro, if you are wild if you think that I am spying on you and then giving these messages. I'm literally waking up, spending time with my father, and letting him speak to me, and then I release whatever he gave me, and that's it. And by the way,
God's spying on you.
by the way, let me get this out of the way. The message is first given to the messenger before the messenger gives it to the people. So that means I am literally talking about what I am going through when I give a message.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get that out of the way. All right. So friendships. So friendships, loyalty, respect, transparency, liability. How? Liability. Somebody tell me how.
Reliability?
Reliability.
Yeah.
Reliability. Oh yeah, reliability. My bad.
Can't
Okay.
spell reliability without a real lie.
Real lie. You corny. So let me tell you something, right? You need a friend that's reliable, and you need a friend that's transparent. You need a friend that gives you respect. So I have a really good friend, and he's my brother. He's my brother, right? I don't have many. I'll be honest with you right now. A lot of people know me. You guys see at church that a lot of people know me.
Yeah.
You know, some people tell me
Acquaintances.
I don't think so, but some people tell me that I'm popular. I don't think so. I'm gonna repeat that. I don't think so. But some they're like, bro, it's hard to say hi to you, son. I'm like, how? I'm literally walking around saying hi to everybody. But anyways, there's a lot of people that know me, right? There's a lot of people that sometimes when I walk like in public, they'll recognize me, right? But they're not my friends. They just know me, right? They know what I do. They know what I stand for, but they're not my friends. I don't have many friends. I don't. Okay? I have church friends. Okay? And I'll get into that in a minute. But I don't have many friends. This guy, he's my friend. He's a family member. And we grew up together. We sleep over each other's houses. And like it's just like it's a really dope what we've built together over the years, right? So when it comes to this guy, obviously we walked the streets together. When people knew that we were together, they knew not to mess with us because we always had each other's backs, right? You gotta remember, I grew up in DC, so obviously I went to a different path because I started following Jesus, right? I went through a different path. He stayed on the same path. But we always kept it real with each other. Like, dog, I can't go where you go. There's certain places I can't go. We love football, so we watch games together and stuff like that. So eventually, because we chose different paths, there has to be boundaries, right? And there has to be respect with those boundaries, right? Now, he always liked the fact that I was me all the time, right? Like, I'll be straight up with you. I would grab a drink with him. I would go grab a beer with him, and stuff like that. Because I still do that. I know I'm probably gonna get backlash. I know I'm probably gonna get backlash for that. But whatever. I still do that. But there was this one occasion, right? We just started speaking again because of this. This happened around last year. And this is where God was like, this is where it all began, where God was like, I need you one-on-one. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna remove some people out of your life, because God has removed a couple people out of my life that I really don't want anything to do with anymore. But He brought this one back because, I'll get into that in a minute. But so we go and we grab a beer together, and he is like already, like, when he met me, he was already like, I don't know, like 12 deep, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is not, that was the first red flag. I should have just gone home. But I was just like, me being a friend, I was like, I can't leave him like this. He probably gonna try and drive home and stuff like that. But I stayed with him, and the night was just, I had to be like on watch, right? And that was a big that was big on me, because as a friend, I wanted to stay there and protect him. But he wasn't respecting the fact that I needed to come home to my family, right? I needed to come back home. I had to give class the next day. I needed to come back home. But he did not care about that. And I was just like, okay, I got two choices here. Everybody around, and listen to this, right? Listen to this. Everybody around him was telling me, they was like, yo, we're not doing anything to him, because he was being wild. He said, we're not doing anything to him because of you. And I'm like, he's like, he's like, nah, there's something different about you, and we don't want to start any trouble, but you got to control him. So as I was trying to get him out of where we were, of the establishment that we were, he wasn't listening to me. So I had two choices. I either stay there, get arrested, right? Because it was wild. He was being wild. He was disrespecting a lot of people. I was like, I either stay there, end up getting into a brawl, get arrested, or I leave him there and I go home, back where I belong, to my family. Last episode, I told you the ministry that God gave man first was his family, right? If the family isn't in order, you got no business being in the pulpit. If the family isn't in order, you have no business preaching the word. If the family isn't in order, you have no business calling yourself a minister. Okay? So I said, my family has to come first. You are not respecting the boundaries that I have with what you do. You thought that this was gonna be all great and gravy, that I was just, it was gonna be like old times, and we was gonna, you know, wreck the whole place. No, that's not me anymore. And I have a character to protect. So I had to leave him. And I had to tell him that I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you right now. You just gotta let me be ready. You know? But, you know, that was one of the relationships that I felt that God had said you need to distance yourself from. And it's going to hurt. So look, what do you guys think of the term cutting people off? Would you think that it's fair to say that sometimes that's necessary?
Yeah, just recently it happened to me.
Yeah.
I have to. I try to end it in a friendly way. Like, you know, me being me. I don't like animosity. I don't like people, like, hating me for stupid stuff. Like, if I
Drama.
Huh?
You don't like drama?
No.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. So, like, I try to end it on, like, all good terms. Be like, you know what? Like, I hope and I pray that, you know, everything in your life will go right and, you know, you will lead, like, on some straight path, because she didn't know what she wanted to do. So it's like, I hope you figure this out, and I hope whatever you figure out is the right choice. And she just didn't want to come to terms with that. And me just giving the smug face because she called it, like, this thing, like, 4 months prior.
Well, yeah, sometimes it is like the closest people to you that
Yeah.
call it. Sometimes it is like yo,
Yeah, I
maybe
mean-
you know,
Yeah.
like, because I remember that night my wife told me, she's like, be careful. She's like, I have like this. I was like, and I'm always hard on my wife. I'm always telling her like, oh my God, there you go again with your overthinking. I was like, relax, everything's gonna be fine. And then what happened? Like, it was one of the worst nights of my life, man. You know, a lot of people were telling me that, even the people there were telling me, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. And I was just like, okay, Holy Spirit, I get it. Like, I'm trying to get him out of here, though. But then at the same time, that's a grown man. Because we're the same age. That's a grown man, and he has to figure out what he has to do. And, you know, I'm glad that we're on good terms now. You know, he's working on himself, and he's much better now. But that's my brother, you know. Like, people make mistakes, and just like people make mistakes, just like Jesus forgives us, we need to forgive them.
Yeah.
However, sometimes, like, when it comes to that, like the cutting off part, sometimes, like, forgive them, but move on.
Yeah. And that's what I've done.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, glad. Because, it hurt. Duh.
And I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. But I feel like that sometimes we just say, man, cut them off, man, and move on. But sometimes I feel like you need to grieve that friendship.
No, yeah.
And you need to mourn that friendship.
Yeah.
Because, like, you lived life with this person.
Exactly.
And you can't forgive and forget.
No.
Forgetting's impossible.
No.
You're always going to remember. Especially if you live life with somebody. So forgive and forget, that phrase, the forgive and forget phrase, has been told to me so many times about the trauma that my father put me through, right? So forgive and forget, for me, I'm so sorry, but for me, it's bullshit.
No.
I can't express how much, and you know, I'm using strong language because I get passionate when I talk about this, because I can't explain how much I hate it when somebody tells you, somebody that's supposed to be mature, like spiritually mature and wise, tells you, well, you need to forgive and forget. That's in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. Forgive and forget isn't. Forgive and move on, however. That's possible. Because to forgive and move on, you need so much from Jesus to help you move on.
Yeah. And I'm in that moving on. I mean, I still catch myself, like,
Oh, yeah.
doing little things, but that's normal. And, like, this just happened, last month? So.
Oh yeah, you got a while. You got a minute. You gotta. You have a journey.
No, I'm saying she was my best friend for like a good 6 years.
Mm.
And me being a young buck, that's a long time.
Yeah, a young buck. Yeah.
I'm for Freddie girl.
You're a champ.
Have you ever cut somebody off?
Honestly,
You just
I don't
graduated
even
high
know.
school, right?
Last year, yeah.
So,
Oh, you're gonna like.
how many people do you not talk to anymore?
But it's like this though. I don't have any problem with anybody I went to high school with. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't have a problem with anybody I went to high school with.
That's
Like,
good.
I had problems with what people were during high school,
But the people.
but it's
themselves-
high school, bro. Like, that
Exactly.
shit don't count, bro.
Exactly.
Like, it don't
Really?
count.
But the question is, and I'm over here in the background. I'm gonna jump in every now and then.
Yeah.
The question is not if you had any problems. Like, let's say you had good friends, people you used to hang out with.
Yeah.
How many of those people have you cutting off
It's not that
from the people you used to hang with?
Yeah,
I think
that's
there's
also-
I think
it's-
there's a difference
There is a
between
difference. Cutting off.
cutting
and
off and
drifting.
drifting.
Drifting
Exactly.
apart.
That's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's two
That
different
that's
things.
another thing too.
I can't think of a person that I specifically had to cut off because of like
Some.
because of reasons. I can't think of something like that where I had to specifically cut a person off because of something.
Yeah, life
That's never happened to me,
Life
bro.
happens and you drift. That's
Like,
all.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes look, sometimes that could be true, bro. Sometimes it just hasn't happened to you. You just graduated high school, bro.
That's your close
Life is just hitting you right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You know, like what about you? Have you had to cut anybody off?
Yeah.
I'm trying to know that.
Yes.
The
Yes.
brother's answering. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, she has.
Look at the face.
Me.
I'm trying to remember.
Dude, the
How many
literally
times you
person
touch
I
your
talk
brother?
about all the time. Exactly. Yes, that's the one.
I'm
Yes.
trying to think.
Oh my God.
Michi's having a brain
Michi.
fart.
I am.
Swat.
Oh. Yeah, but I wasn't cut off. I didn't cut her off.
There you
You
go.
as a
I
group
got
cut.
No, she cut all of us
Uh,
off.
Oh
Oh, that
gosh.
bitch are grimy then.
See, drama. This is why I don't.
That's drama. So
Yeah, that's a lot of drama. then.
yeah, that is drama. But drifting, look, let me say something about drifting
Okay,
apart.
first of all, no, that was not drama. That was a
While she's hugging my daughter's hamster.
yes, because that was my. I told my
It's a therapy
Parents.
pillow.
after a long time
She was my favorite too.
of grieving that was my first heartbreak, if that I could say. I've never had my
Okay.
heart broken by anybody.
I mean, but you guys are like super young though, man. Like you guys just all three of y'all
Yeah.
kind of just graduated high school.
Yeah, so this is like our first
Yeah.
encounter of everything.
But I will tell you this about drifting apart. If you drift apart from somebody, you guys were never friends. I'll tell you. No.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
no.
Bullshit.
You're
Nah.
acquaintances. You're not friends.
No. Let me explain.
Actually,
I have a friend that.
Why you so mad? Hey,
Nah,
you better tone it down, bro.
Because
I'll get up this couch.
I disagree with that heavily. Because I disagree with that.
Okay, all right.
Because like, look, I have one best friend that I've had since kindergarten. I've known him since I was in kindergarten. We grew up playing soccer.
And you
same
drifted
age,
apart?
everything. I mean, he goes to school in Washington.
If y'all that close, should have visited him by now.
What?
Washington
Yeah.
State?
That's bullshit.
Y'all not friends, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to Washington. What the? Nah.
No, I'm kidding.
But
That's an exception.
But like, it's not even about that. It's
That's
like
distance. That's
exactly.
you
But
can't
like,
even.
I
See,
think,
so-
like,
So when he
So-
come back, are you meeting up or like do you guys talk to each other? Or?
Yeah.
So then you haven't drifted apart. Yeah, you haven't drifted apart. You guys are just far away.
No, that brings it back to
Look,
Hold
he
up.
has
Hey,
his friends
something
who
you
I
guys
have
shared
too.
early.
Like,
Something you guys shared early about friendship is having the same interests, right? And I want to say when I was a little younger than both of y'all, and I say both of y'all because y'all two the same age. I don't care if y'all a couple months. I don't care. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Two different ages.
Wait.
Different numbers.
When I was a little
Let
younger
him
than both
speak.
of y'all, I realized that if I would have continued on the same path that I was in, I would have been either in jail or dead. So either I cut people off or I start drifting away from them little by little. So what happened with me was.
No, you didn't.
What happened with me
Angel
was
did was
I cut off the majority of my friends, the majority of them, but I was still close with a whole bunch of them, and to this day, one of my closest friends in high school and middle school lives 30 minutes from me, and till this day I haven't seen him, and I still consider him one of my best friends. Why? Because of all the things we've been through together when we was younger.
Y'all live life together.
Our interests are no longer kind of the same. You know, because my main interest now is pleasing God and doing whatever God wants me to do. He was born and raised in church. I wasn't. His interests are completely different than mine now. I don't hold nothing against him, but if I had the opportunity, if he came by, I went over there. If we had time, we'd link up and like no time was lost.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's a
That's
I feel like
that.
there's
I don't
three
feel. I
different-
don't feel like that's drifting apart though.
That's what I'm saying. There's three different. There's drifting, there's cutting off, and then there's just distancing. If you in his no, think about it.
No.
In his case, he distanced himself, but he's still friends with them. He just distanced himself because it was for his own good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also if you really wanted to hang out with this person, it's your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is no. Michi's onto something here, guys.
This is being recorded, and yes, if I really wanted to, I would.
Exactly.
However,
So-
there is no time.
But that's
Either
that's
his
another
busy,
thing.
I'm
But that's
busy.
that's another
So-
thing. That's another thing. Hold on, I'm calling it right
When
here.
you grow up, you start
That's-
having responsibilities
Exactly.
Listen, yes, we have responsibilities,
that'll
right?
limit your time.
Now, how many of us know that it's been difficult to get Michi here?
Yeah, low key.
It has,
I
and
mean,
I'm not.
this
And I'm
is-
not attacking you.
This is day 2. So
I'm not
you can't
attacking
really
you.
say it's been difficult.
It's that no, but like
no, even the
it-
first meeting, she was a little.
because
she came in
because
later.
even when we had a meetup of actually starting this, she wasn't able to come
No,
because
she
Michi
came
Michi
late.
Me,
She came
no,
late,
she
so
didn't
I gotta
come.
give her that one.
He came late.
I
He came late. Nah, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Damn, I was
crazy.
trying to save you right
That's
there.
Yeah.
I called
I
her.
came late.
Nah, no, you didn't.
Angel saw me.
But all right, the listeners are going to be like, "Can y'all just get it together?" Look, so it's been difficult to have her here because of so much stuff that she's got going on. Man, you got college, soccer, work, ministry, personal life. That doesn't count though. That's on you. Get it together. It's like nah. Ministry, and now she has this podcast, right? Which by the way, like I'm very happy that you were able to make it today. But you know, this is what.
I'm here.
But like this is what I mean though. She worked to make time to be here because she knew how important it was to her friend. So just agree with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So trying to make you look good here. So I feel like when people say we don't have time, in reality, what this and before you start coming for me and bursting out, in reality, what you're saying is like, bro, I don't see you as a priority right now. Cause that's what it is. Like if you say you have time, everybody has 24 hours. You know, you make time. All right, there's oh my God, like this, and I'm gonna give her a shout out right now because it breaks my heart that I couldn't make it to her baptism. But there's this girl, there's this little one that I've been mentoring, right? And she's so super excited to get baptized. She wanted me to be there, but this had already been scheduled.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that she kept saying that she understood. She's like, I understand. I can't wait to hear your podcast. I can't wait to hear what you guys are gonna do. Like, I'm so excited to hear it and stuff. Like, she's a real one, all right. And Jasmine, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there today. I love you, sweetheart. I'll make it up to you. I promise. Congratulations. That's a big step. Baptism, man. That's a big step. Big step. Actually, give her a round of applause. Yeah, big step. Big step. So there you go. There's your shout out on the SFA podcast. We love you. When you say I don't have time for you, you're really saying my priorities. You're just not part of my priorities right now. You know, And I feel like if it's a friend, if it's somebody that you really love and care about, they should be part of your priority. You know, they because do you think Jesus isn't you think you're not Jesus' priority?
Are we
I-
Jesus' friend though, or are we his children though? That's different.
We're both. You can't have a relationship with somebody every single day if there's not some type of friendship in there.
So you could so they're friends.
Hey,
Huh?
Y'all
No, we're not friends. No, we're not.
They are friends, bro.
I would-
They're siblings, but they are friends. They tell each other things that nobody else knows.
Okay, no, we've had this discussion.
Huh?
It's a friendship that they have.
It's like
Okay, yeah.
like it's like and I don't know why you so negative about that, bro. Like what's going on?
No, because like we all. Wait, me or
Like
him?
Jonathan, do you have any siblings?
I have 7
Damn.
siblings.
7 siblings, and where do you fall on that line?
Youngest.
The youngest.
That's why.
That's why.
You're Ben.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. You make a
You're
whole
jealous.
lot more sense now.
I grew up with 3 of them.
So so let's say this, right? All right. Now that we're like deep into the friendship topic. Remember how I said I have church friends?
Mm.
Do you guys have church friends?
Bro, that's crazy.
Now, let's say this.
That's
Why
Okay. Define church friends.
that's where I'm getting at. All right. I actually want you guys.
You have to define that though.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
listen.
Not just you. Everybody has to define.
Like that, cuz I'm going to ask
Yeah, that's not a church friend, bro.
Because just like you all answered what a
But that's
friend
not-
is, you all gotta define what a church friend.
Yeah,
is.
I mean
don't
check
know.
it out though. Check it out though. Why is there a difference? Church friends, my friends.
Well, you say the same thing. School friends. Home
But why is there a difference?
Because there's
Locations.
Look, you can't get Johnny.
He said location.
Johnny. When somebody asks you a question, you can't just say it because that's what it is. That is the most. I'm sorry, bro. I know you and I love you, and this is why I'm gonna say it. That's the most dumbest thing you could ever say in a conversation. All right, when you have a conversation, give reasoning to your answer. You get because that's what it is. It's a church friend. He's not my friend outside of church. Why? Why?
Well, I would say.
Why is he not your friend outside of church? If your church friend saw you in a bar,
Huh? Wait.
Would he come in?
would he come in and say hi to you?
First of all,
For
why
me,
is a church friend coming to the bar?
I saw a church friend at a rap concert. So it's like.
that's
I
fine.
remember Carlos with the super long hair.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Carlos with the
Throw
super
names
long
out
hair.
there, you know?
Oh, Carlitos.
Yeah.
Okay, but he.
Shout
I
out
don't.
to
I don't
Carlitos.
think. I don't think Carlitos is.
I don't even know.
Carlitos used to be part of SFA, bro.
I don't know who that is.
I know, but I know.
We gotta do a lot of censoring.
Nah, we ain't got a censor. Hey, what he's gonna come for me? Nah, listen. So I'm just saying, why is there a difference? Why should there be a difference? Why can't they all just be friends? Like, I think I was talking to you about this, Michi. That sometimes when it came to like celebrations,
Oh yeah.
like
Huh?
it's kind of hard.
Parties?
Like let's say like a birthday party, right? Like I want to invite this friend. Oh, but I got some of my church friends
Growing
coming.
up,
Yeah.
Growing up, it
You-
was
We had that separated.
It was 1 year I had my school friends, and the next year was my church friends. Now,
Why?
See, well, I would say for us.
Wait, let me
No, but
finish,
it
bro.
works. But it works. Just for us, there's a huge distance between the two, and I feel like that's also a factor for us.
And growing up.
No, but
Okay,
like-
okay. No, that's that. Okay, you
Right.
guys are hitting what I want. Okay, now that you said
No, but
that,
they meant physical.
Yeah,
distance.
physical
No,
distance.
physical
I mean,
distance.
like
Like,
60-mile difference.
We're like an hour away instead.
oh
of 2
man,
miles.
that's what you guys are talking about.
I mean,
Man,
for
I
me,
thought
all
you
my
guys were
friends
understanding
are,
what I
like,
was saying.
I understand you 100%.
No, but give me a second. Give me a second.
Raise your hand.
Give me a second. Yeah, it was 1 year and 1 year. Now, growing up, obviously, you know, we can't drive, we can't do this, so it's like parents are gonna have to be the ones to either bring them, or usually when it was like church friends that I had my what's it called? That I had my birthday parties with, it had to be a sleepover, and it had to be a sleepover on a Saturday night into a Sunday so that we all go to church together and we can drop them off to, you know, the parents. So like that was a big factor in that. But also it was the combination of, and this has to do with distance as well because they don't know each other, and it has to be like the combination bringing everyone together. Okay, what if they're like, yeah, they're my friends and I'm the common denominator, so like in some way, like,
But the mutual.
but them coming together, how is that gonna work? I'm gonna have to be, what if it's two different groups and I'm here and I'm here, and I did that before. I think it was my 15th birthday, where I invited my school friends and my church friends, and everybody came together, and it was amazing at the end. Everyone started talking, mingling, and everything. Like, because
Okay,
we're all the same age.
that's awesome.
Right.
All right,
But in the
that's
beginning,
awesome.
I was stressed
But-
because I was in two different groups. I was talking to one group and I was talking to another group, which was my biggest fear. But at the end, nobody wanted to leave my house because we
good.
were all still talking.
No, but
downstairs.
that's great. That's not
Right.
the example that I have or the experience that I have. That's great. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say that I feel like when people are saying the difference between like friends and church friends
Mhm.
is the mask they put on at church.
That's what I'm getting at.
Boom.
All right,
But
that's what
in
I'm getting
my-
at.
Okay, no one cares.
No, in my experience, my church friends.
Worse.
No.
That smile though.
Worse than
We
gotta have a conversation with Pat.
we
Think about this.
were closer
Your church,
than my church friends.
your church friends.
We were closer. I was closer to them. They
Okay.
were my family. They're still my family. My
That's
sisters.
awesome.
Whatever. Not whatever. But
Dang.
they're
I said that's awesome. Whatever.
no. Like, we were closer, and it wasn't. I feel like it wasn't what you had with your church friends with the mask and
It's usually a bad example.
Yeah.
the thing. No,
So
exactly.
no. She did no. That's a great example,
like,
Michi.
To
Look.
where you're getting.
Yeah. So this just means that I have to talk about it.
Right.
Remember, this is a podcast where we're gonna talk about our experiences.
What?
Like this
That's
just
crazy.
this just means that I have to talk about it because you gotta remember we're two different generations here.
Yeah.
All right, I have more in common with millennials and Gen X. Okay, so doesn't mean that I'm old,
What
bro.
are you, Mom? Sorry.
So Mabel's Gen X.
Mhm.
I thought she was boomer.
No, my dad's a boomer.
Oh. Okay.
He is. He's a baby boomer.
Okay. So
Which is a boomer. That's where it comes
So yeah, dude. Get it together, man. So yeah, different generations here. You got Gen Z and you got me that's mixed in with like millennials and Gen X. So when I saw growing up, right? What I saw growing up was totally different. Okay. Gen X, I'd like to call them the lost generation because most of them really aren't. Most of the Gen X that I know really aren't heavily in ministry or in the church world as some of the millennials are. We kind of the Gen X kind of just said, screw this, I'm out, I'm sick and tired of all this, right? Because again, remember, church for years has been a system that's been broken, right? It's been full of like, it hasn't really focused on like kingdom, right? It hasn't really been focused on like community, right? As much as we're trying to focus in on community now. Some of us are, you know. But millennials, we kind of stuck it through. We kind of had that hope. And we kind of had like we're going to do this, you know, we're going to teach Gen Z how to like, you know, get into it. And, you know, and I had to come in as my year as youth pastor, I had to come in and come up with ideas like, how do I do this in where I don't make the same mistake that was made with Gen X and us, you know? And I think it was more of raising questions. And that's why I asked you guys about these things. So you guys have a great example of friendship. Let me explain to you my example of friendships and church friendships. So with church friendships, I didn't think originally I didn't think that there was a difference. I didn't think there was a difference. I thought just like you know, they're my friends. They're my friends, and they can hang out with my other friends. They can hang out with the football team, the wrestling team. They can hang out with my friends at school. You know, they could hang out with any of my friends, right? But it wasn't the case. They were just like, why are you hanging out with people like that? Church friends would tell me, why are you hanging out with people like that? Like, this is why you're not where you're supposed to be. This is why you're not liking church. I was like, no, bro, I'm not liking church because church is like being ridiculous right now. Like, they want me to be in there 6 days a week, and when am I going to have a life? Like, you know what I mean? So in my experience with church friends is I was their friends as long as they could get something out of me ministry wise. Once I wasn't valuable in ministry, I was no longer their friends. You gotta remember, you guys have seen me do what? You guys have seen me be a youth pastor, a youth leader, a drummer, a singer,
Sorry.
a guitar player. I do a lot of things for the church. You know, I did a lot of things for the church. And when I wasn't using my gifts for the church, I was no longer valuable. Right? And if my wife was right here, she'll tell you the same thing. My wife did youth ministry way before I did. So here's a little thing. Here's a little something that you guys don't know. I saw my wife preach at a Vigilia one day, and I didn't even know that girl was gonna be my wife. I was 15 years old. I saw her preaching at a Vigilia. Never knew that she was gonna be my wife.
I feel like you talked about this last episode.
She's older or younger than you?
She's bro.
My wife, she's older than me. 4 years older than me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, he was acting like it was some
No,
crazy.
I didn't talk about that last episode.
Loki, I saw
That wasn't mentioned last episode.
Yeah, that wasn't mentioned last episode.
I swear, because I feel like we dove deep into.
But anyways.
and all that.
But anyways, that's my experience with my real friendships, though. When I was down, they were there. You know, when I was abandoned by my church friendships, my real friends were there. When you guys know that I've been at this with Strength from Above for a while, right? And those of you that were there at the launch, those are people, you know, my church friends, they weren't there. You know, like the people that were there were actually people that I haven't seen for a long time, but had told me, cause real life, I didn't really invite anybody to my book launch. I just posted it, and people came.
Yeah, that was packed.
Yeah, I just posted it on social media, and people came. Why are you looking at me, G? What happened?
No, he just.
Because you didn't come?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I said. I was like, I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
Yeah,
Where were we?
I just
No,
met
Michi
Mark.
was there.
You
I
were there?
just met
Michi
you
was
guys.
my photographer
I
that
wasn't
day,
there.
I just met you guys not that long ago.
and he was there.
I was there.
Crazy.
My
You're
wife,
the only
my
one
baby.
that
I think I
That
was
place
working
was
on
packed.
Yeah, he probably.
Yeah.
No,
Ice
yeah,
cream
no,
is
I did.
expensive, yo.
I did not.
Wow,
I-
that's what he's worried about. Johnny's been quiet the whole episode, and he's coming out. That ice cream was expensive. expensive, bro.
Bruh, they gave me a small ass like jar for like $15. I was like, y'all crazy. And then guess what, bro? Turned around the iPad, asked me for $5.
We're back to the tips. We're back to the tips.
You got messed up, man.
He said,
He turned the iPad around. He had the audacity. But yeah, guys. So like at the book launch, I saw a lot of people that I had just met and actually like spent genuine like there's this coworker, right? Oh my God, this is he's one of my friends still today. He lives in Cincinnati. All right. He was
Ohio, shout out.
Yeah, he lives in Cincinnati. Big Bengals fan. Shout out to brother Malcolm. But this guy, man, he's so look, his friendship is so special to me, and I'll tell you why. When I first started working in government bases, I met him. He was the QC, and he told me he told me I didn't have to tell him I was a Christian. He told me, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you," because he found out eventually that I was a Christian. Right, the second night he told me, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I think your mission was for me." He's like, "I hope that doesn't sound weird."
so wait, he didn't know at that time?
He knew because I told him. He knew because I told him after he asked me. He's like, there's something, are you like in ministry?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, man." And he was like, "Oh, that's awesome, man." I started talking to him, and then the next night he tells me, he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like God sent you here on a mission for me to get me back on track." He's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's why he sent you here, because this job is messed up. You're not gonna, this job is like not running the way it's supposed to. So I know he didn't send you just for this job. He sent you here for me.
What was it about?
Malcolm. He went to church. Big dude, dreads. Yeah, he went to church. He went to church a couple times, and now he's back, and he went on a mission trip to Ecuador. And I've gone. I've had a beer with Malcolm. I've had some coffee with Malcolm. We've had conversations. We've had wings together. Watched the football game together. And this is what I mean, that it was a genuine friendship. It wasn't that he was taking advantage of my gift. It wasn't that he was taking advantage of my wisdom. It wasn't, it wasn't any of that. I just offered him a true, genuine friendship, and I brought him closer to Jesus. And this is what I mean. Like with my church friends, oh nah, you're not committed to the event. You're not committed to the system. So we got to move on doing God's work. And if you're gonna sit down, then that's how it's always been for me. And I'm just like, wow, I felt like we were real. I felt like this was a real friendship, man. I gave it all I had. I thought, now that I want to take a break or I want to rest and I don't want to do ministry, I thought we were still going to be friends. And I guess not. So that's what I mean, church friends versus real friends. There's a family of husbands. There's a family of husbands. There's a family, right? My wife has these three friends, right? All of them got married, and they have done this reconnection, right? They don't go to church together. They don't go to church. They used to, right? But now they don't go to church. We're the only ones that go to church. And now I'm friends with the husbands. And these guys, man, they check on me. When I tell you that they the way that they show their friendships to me is through reels and like TikTok videos and stuff like that. I'm talking about every single day, man. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is a lot. This is a lot. And he knows it, right? But we're there for each other. We're there for each other, and like that's the thing. Like I've never had a friend like that I go to church with. All my friends in church either talk to me about a small group, talk to me about what we got planned on Sunday, talk to me about what event we're planning. But we never have a conversation or talk to me about somebody that's acting a fool at church, because we got a lot of them. We got a lot of them, right? But they never speak to me about something about life. Like, hey man, how you doing? Do you still feel the same way you was feeling last year? Like, are you still struggling with that? Like, are you still like, to me, that's a friendship.
That's a real one.
To me, a friendship is somebody that you text them like, hey man, look, I know it ain't much, but I'm praying for you. I'm thinking about you. You was in my mind, and I know that you're struggling with this. I know that you're struggling with all of this nonsense. But we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. That's a friend. A friend isn't somebody that's just gonna tell you, hey man, so what? You think you're still gonna be at the small group? You think you're still gonna be at the you think you're still gonna play today? Or what's happening? Like, that's not a friend. That's somebody that's depending on your gift. That's somebody that's depending on you to show up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Michi, I am truly happy that your experience with friendship has been really great. I feel like my generation needs to do better.
I would say our generation at church was pretty cool. I don't think we had I feel like I actually had friends.
No,
Yeah,
growing
and
up-
that's why I ain't mad at you when you just like, nah man, like because you didn't have that experience. However, I did, and I'm pretty sure Angel's kind of the same age as I am. I think I'm 1 year older than you, or what? How old are you?
I don't even know, 31, I think.
You think? Yeah, I'm older than you then. I'm older than you. I'm 33. But so you can relate. I feel like you can relate to what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
Because-
I do, because I also had those people who I called, just church friends and, school friends or street friends. Because I was living a double life at the time. But I also realized that, like you said earlier, it has to be the same. It has to be just friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to
I'll
that
tell you-
later.
I'll tell you,
It's gonna sound loud enough for me to-
Look, I'll tell you this much, right? I'll tell you this
Talk about
much.
it too.
This is something that I would never be able to say to my church friends, right? But a few weeks ago, when the Commanders played the Eagles, when your mom called me and said, "Under my feet," she was like, "I put my enemies under my feet." If you don't know what I'm talking about, this family,
No,
except for Michi,
No, bro. Who?
you're what? You're not an Eagles fan?
No.
Okay, well, their parents are Eagles fans, and I'm a Commanders fan. So we played, which we almost beat y'all, right? Because we took y'all to overtime. But anyways,
That was.
we went. Listen,
That was.
that was a crazy
I
game.
did. That was the one game I did
No,
actually.
you didn't.
Yes, I did.
So listen, whether
Nah.
you watched it or not,
Was that
So-
the one that was in around the block from my house?
yes. No, it wasn't at the stadium. It was at Eagles Stadium. So we went. Look, this I will never be able to say these to like my church friends. So listen to this though, okay? And this will probably after this we'll probably wrap it up. All right, but listen to this. We went to a Philadelphia Eagles bar in DC, right? Okay, just
For the game.
for the game.
Uh-huh.
So we went to go watch it, right? My brother-in-law, and some other guys. None of these guys aren't believers now. Okay? So we went and we watched the game. It went to overtime. Really good game. We stayed a little bit. But do you know what happened after the game was over and we stayed a little bit? I was no, not a fight. Come on, man. I was literally
He became a fan.
Became a fan.
talking to them. I was literally talking to them about Jesus.
Wow.
I was literally hosting a small group in that table because they asked a question. And I was just like, here's my shot. At a bar, I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to give you a little bit of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to give you a little bit of Jesus. That's just me. All right? That's just me. Because I could be anywhere. I ain't going to let something influence me. But I'm going to do some influencing of myself. You know? So I started speaking about Jesus. They were just like, you know, I feel bad, you know, because I'm never going to be right. I was like, hey, man, you never are going to be right. I don't have it figured out yet. But the important thing is that I'm trying to build a relationship with Jesus. And that's what you need to do. You need to get closer to him. Like, I understand that you feel like people struggle with lust. People struggle with a whole bunch of things. But if you think that everybody in church doesn't struggle with the same thing that you're struggling with, you are completely wrong. I don't wear a mask to places that I go, is what I'm trying to tell you. But if I go and I tell you, hey guys, I hosted a small group at a bar. What?
You went where?
You went where?
The code switching, you see it.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, bruh, yes, that's what I did. Oh, we want to sit you down for a little bit. Go ahead, sit me down. I'ma still keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I could step into any place and talk about Jesus. I can step into any place and people will see the difference. But you can't say this in the church. You can't say this to just anybody. Because as soon as you say that, you look like you done lost your mind.
Because then people are going to be like, why are we in the bar in the first place?
Because I wanted to have fun with some friends, man. I wanted to watch the game. I wanted to eat some wings. I wanted to have a couple beers. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying I'm out here wilding out and just, yeah, bring it all around. Like, that's not me, you know. But that's what they see when I say something like that, because that's the behavior But you got to remember, my behavior is my behavior. Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna get influenced by somebody else. Y'all know me. I don't follow people. You know, you guys know that. You guys know that somebody would tell me to act a certain way, I won't do it. You know, what? Yeah, you are crazy if you think I'm about to follow somebody. All right, the only person I follow is Jesus. All right. You know, I've gotten this far. I've made so many mistakes in my life, but I've really gotten this far. And I hate to say it because it doesn't sound like the normal thing to say, but I've gotten this far by not listening to anybody. I don't listen to nobody. I go and I make my mistakes and I learn from them. You know? And I know as a leader, if I want people to listen to me, I gotta listen to somebody, right? But the person that I do listen to is Jesus. Mm-hmm. You know? And now keep in mind though, before anybody twists my words, Jesus speaks through people. You know, the Holy Spirit will speak through people. And those people are our mentors, our pastors, and, you know, so.
Me.
Michi, Elijah, even Johnny sometimes, man. What was the question, bro? There was no question. I think you guys are falling asleep. I think we need to start wrapping this up. At what time are we at?
I'm not gonna tell you that because the conversation is going by so well.
Yeah.
It's 8:17.
It's 8:17. Oh, Michi, you gotta go home. Well, that was our episode for today. What do you guys think?
That was a good episode.
All right, so that was it. All right, so we good? We're wrapping up. That's our episode for today, y'all. This is the Strength from Above podcast, and we are out.